Hello, everyone. How are you? Welcome to Friday. Looks like we made it. We finally made it. And of course, I am your Bill Sylvie, the host. And I hope you're having an absolutely fantastic evening. It's good to see you. It's good to be seen by you, as I say. But greetings to you all. Now, if you're new here, whether you've just been sent here by the tides, the currents of the internet, of the YouTubes, as they say, or you've been watching, waiting, wondering whether or not you should click, and you're not sure at all what it is we do here, well, let me tell you a little bit about it. Here on the show, 5 nights a week, I bring you top quality classic tabletop role-playing game content. Not video games, not mobile games, not European board games, but tabletop role-playing games. And the classic ones too. I won Dungeons and Dragons and it was advanced. So that's what we do. And these little live streams, these little excursions out onto the internet in audio video format are brought to you by our friends at Hellebarde Games. Hellebarde makes the kind of adventures that they'd like to play. Whether it's for Castles and Crusades 5th edition or the OSR, old school is in play with Hellebarde Games, and you can check them out at DriveThruRPG or on their website, hellebardegames.com. We love us some Hellebarde Games. Also, if you are just coming by, if you're just like, YouTube, show me a live stream. What's this? A handsome, erudite man sitting in an obviously well-appointed studio in front of classic role-playing games, lovingly handcrafted miniatures, so on and etc. And it takes your fancy. Please click the subscribe button, click the bell icon for notifications, and if you like the video, give it a thumbs up. Joshua Garlock, good to see you. I'm glad you like the new layout. Sorry, been dying of thirst. Well, I'm going to tell you, the lighting, it looks a little different. The main studio lights are unchanged. My support lights, as it were, I went from warm to cold, and I'll tell you why. So I didn't know this until today, but just as a light bulb can burn out, apparently you can burn out a gel. I don't know if you guys can see that, but look at the color difference in those two gels. These two gels were identical, and this one is starting to go. This one has a grid on it too. I couldn't figure out why it was for the last week or so when I glanced down at my monitors and look at myself. I was like, spots of my face were orange. I mean, orange, like safety orange. And so today I was like, well, maybe I just need to move the lights back. Maybe I need to drop the light intensity. And I look over when this light over here, which is where I was getting it on the right-hand side of my face, might be the left for you guys. And I was like, even though the light's off, it's still pale. So yeah, I actually burned through a gel and have started burning through another gel. Vaughn asks what a gel is. These are pieces of plastic. It's a name for what they are. They're not actually gel, but they actually used to be suspensions of colored gelatin between two sheets of glass to make different color lights. And you could go with blue, green, red, purple, whatever. But In my case, I use them for studio lighting, and I like kind of a natural look because, like, I think I look as like beet red. This is not a great look for me, but it's the best I could do and not be sitting in the shadows. So yeah, this gel is okay, but I can already see like a more pattern of dots on it. You might even be able to see that. This one is completely shot unless I want something to be orange. So they went from warm to see your doctor, your liver's dying for this one, and let your doctor know that your liver is going to be dying. So much for those. So I went to soft white gels, which are brighter. The room is definitely brighter. I hope it's not too bright. I mean, if it is, at least I can crank them down a little bit. So yeah, I was astounded. And I mean, I've heard of melting gels, but I just assumed that when it came to hunks of plastic that it, you know, and lights that are as cool as LEDs, that it wouldn't be a big issue. Joke's on me. So yeah, I mean, I never know when I might need a piece of plastic card, so I'll probably hang on to those. But, you know, I was just like, oh, that's why I look like I have hematomacrosis. That's why it looks like I have bilirubin spilled under my skin. But anyhow, so that was kind of a funny thing. I don't think you guys can, because like I wasn't seeing my meters move when I was being like dead quiet earlier today and getting the studio set up. But I hope you guys can't hear like a faint whining sound. There are two potential sources of that. I have a fan blowing up on me because, again, it's Florida and it's broiling hot right now. And even now, it's like at 1 o'clock tomorrow morning, it's still going to be like 90, 95 degrees outside. But also, my 4K printer back in the garage is chugging along like a soldier, like a trooper. I love it to pieces. And what it's doing currently is I'm working on a secret project for someone. I'm not going to tell you guys what it is, but I have to print 27 more pillars. Now, I'll tell you a little something about 3D printing. Tall, skinny things, you're better off printing them at a slight angle. I mean, straight up and down would be perfect, but a slight angle so you can get some supports on it is really the better way. I'll have to do a video that's just about printing. But would you guys like that? Like an interstitial video that's just about 3D printing, or can I take you guys through the whole process? I've been thinking about doing that because I talk about it a lot. But anyway, so I have to print these at a slight angle. Now, if the only printer or printers that I had were my not any cubic bill, that's your filament printer, my two Mars Pros. Well, one's a Mars 2 and one's a Mars 2 Pro, but anyway, the best I could manage on that print bed would be one of these printed at an angle, because printing them vertically, I just don't think would work. Maybe if I really reduced the angle, I could get two. On my nice 4K photo flash or Flash Forge printer is I can do 6 of these at once. Now, when a printer has when you've given it the print job and it's going up and down, it basically it's drawing a layer on a micron at a time, and it takes a few seconds to expose each layer. Something like this, I think my slicing software, which we'll talk about when I do a video, my slicing software says, okay, this is 500 layers. So to get 6 pillars printed is 8 hours. 8 hours of printing, which means in a day, I can do 18. Realistically, I can do 12 because I'm not going to sit up all, 24 hours. So right now there's 6 on there. I have 13 because I printed a test one. I have 13. So that'll be 19. I'll still have 21 more pillars or 26, 3, 4 runs of 8 hours. I basically got 32 hours of printing left to do. So that's what's going on there with the 3D printer, and that's why it's making that noise. But yeah, you guys let me know if you'd like a short video. Like I can't do. I watch people who do videos on 3D printing, and let me just say they're well done. They're very very well done videos. The guys who have studios and all they do, their YouTube channels are just about 3D printing. They're exceptionally well done, and I don't take a thing in the world away from them. Except like they go in and they have, the nice LED lighting studio and, everything's super clean and everything's all backlit by the LED strips. And like, hey, we're checking out the new 16K photo resin, blah, 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 blah. And we're going to check this out. And, the guy's like barehanded pouring resin into the tank. And then he fires it up and you see it like, doing a time lapse, going through its motion, just sitting there in the studio with the hood off. And I'm like, how are you not dying from toxic fume inhalation? How are your prints not failing from having light shining straight in with your studio lights? How is that even happening? So you won't get that kind of content from me when I show you guys my printing setup out there with my 2 Mars printers and my one big FlashForge Photo 8.9. And especially like when you see me out there, I will have safety goggles, mag eyes, and rubber gloves, maybe a respirator, depending on how much stuff I've got going. So it's been a long time, and then I printed up dozens. I don't know how many, particularly because I just dropped one on the floor. I have these windows, these Gothic church windows that I have many printed up for, all for the same project, all for the same person, and I hope they're going to enjoy them. 3D printing is so sensitive to temptation changes. I don't even know what that means. Jack Photon asks, oh, all right, Praxis. Well, if you want that. I exist to please you guys. But anyway, as resin is photographic, the per layer volume is irrelevant to processing time per layer. So a very tiny or big is the same. Yes, that is correct. Now, I just to see what the printing time would be, I loaded a model today, something that I had only ever printed on my filament printer because it's so huge. It's about that long, it's about that wide front to back, and it's about that high, and it is mostly solid. It is mostly solid. So I threw it on the printer just to compare time to how long it's taking 6 pillars at a go to print. However, compared to the pillars, it's only about that high. So that entire big chunk, 4 hours. 4 hours for this massive piece. If I went into the project file and I deleted all but one pillar and I said, no, just print one pillar, it would still be 7 hours. So if you have a printing project, if somebody's like, look, could you print me a 1x1 object? If they don't need it immediately, if they're just like, yeah, I'd like to have it someday. Could you get that to me someday? Like, just surprise me with it. Wait until you have a bunch of stuff to put on your build plate and then throw theirs in there too. Because it's going to take the same amount of time. Hello, Jorge. Now, Connect asked, 3D printing is so sensitive to temperature changes. It is. The hotter, or the warmer, I should say, the better for resin, which is why it's awesome that it's out there. Depending on what stuff you're printing with, there is a TPU like resin. You can make rubbery stuff. So like you can make tank treads. You can make soft armors. Like, let's say you're making, this is incredibly niche and specific, but just bear with me. Let's say you're trying to make like a realistic powered armor, and there's like gaskets at the elbows and shoulders, and it's not just like, how is that thing supposed to move? Or, hoses, things like that. Not real hoses you could use. I wouldn't put this stuff under any kind of structural pressure at all. All that sort of thing. That might do better at cooler temperatures, or it might do better at warmer temperatures. I remember during the winter, doing prints was always a lot of fun because we had a cold snap in Florida. It got down to the upper 20s in Florida, which is freezing freaking cold for us. And I'd go out there. I didn't do any printing on those days for like that week we had that cold snap. And I would stir the resin and it was like honey. Like, imagine keeping honey in your fridge, or at the very least in your refrigerated house. Vaughn, thank you so much. That's absolutely fine, man. That's absolutely fine. Go forth and sin no more, my son. Anyway, so it can be completely dependent on that. Now, one of my car resto guys that I like to watch, he doesn't post up much anymore because he's got real life and his, YouTube was not his main desire. Guy's an engineer, incredibly gifted dude, but he likes wrenching on old cars from time to time. And he printed a carburetor adapter to run his hot rod beater, which is a Ford Maverick, with, now brace yourself for this, with a carburetor from a lawnmower. But to have something that could survive the temperatures and stresses of being used on an engine, and it's not like incredibly hot up there, but you're not going to want to set your ice cream cone on it. You know what I'm saying? He used a high temperature plastic filament, and to make sure that it would stick to the bed and the layers would stick together, he made a hot box out in his outer garage. He had a room, and this was during the summer. He had a room, he had a couple of space heaters and, with strong blowers blowing on his 3D printer. And it was like 150 degrees in there, baking this stuff together. And his adapter worked. If you look up Thunderhead 289 carburetor adapter STL, if you ever have a hot rod and you want to try that. So yeah, it can definitely depend. This is one reason why I'm not so in love with filament printing, is like moisture. If you get moisture in your filament, it can cause all kinds of printing problems. Like it'll feed through just fine, and then the layers, and then you look at your print and you've got a weird bubbly part in it, and you've got heavy lines. And I just, with extremely rare exception, my resin printers have been turnkey. My filament printer, like, people who get beautiful output from a filament printer will tell you straight up, yeah, so, you got to do this, you got to adjust that. I did all these test prints, when you think your bed's level, it's probably not. Make sure you tension, make sure they're not too tense, make sure your nozzle's not too worn, and it just on and on and on and on and on. And sometimes you just want to get in your car and drive, like Saturday. Okay, I got to go to the grocery store on Saturday. So that means I got to get up at 7:00 in the morning on Saturday and change the oil, regap the spark plugs, adjust the carburetor properly, maybe replace the accelerator pump, bench bleed the master cylinder for the brakes, and then maybe bleed the brakes just in case. And then by 4 or 5 in the evening, I should be good to go. Man. And the hell of it is there is a lot of stuff that I would like to filament print. I have believe it or not, yes, I have a cosplay project that I would like to engage in one day. And, I can't print all the parts. I mean, I could print all the parts with resin. It would end up costing me thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars, and the costume would weigh as much as a small car because resin. So there's stuff that I would like to print with filament because it would be lighter weight and more durable. But like right now, for no readily apparent reason, nothing will stick to my print bed on my filament printer. I don't know why. This is a giant pain in the ass to use. So, right now I'm just doing small pieces of terrain, small pieces of scenery, and miniatures, with the exception of this big project for interior decorations for someone for their project. Oh, there's that window. I'm going to pick this up so that I do not step on it and damage it and have to print another one. Yeah, the 3D filament R2D2. Yeah, all of those, when made properly, the filament stuff can be very tough. One of the last big projects I printed on my 3D printer, and thank goodness it was for my daughter for cosplay. She did a little, Zelda thing for her Girl Scout troop, and I 3D printed her a set of armor. We went out and we found the outfit, the breastplate and the back piece, and I cut them in half, and I angled them just right and 3D printed them on the filament printer, and I haven't been able to get anything good off of it since. I don't know what the problem is, but I did do a good print. I'm quite proud of it. It was a very inexpensive cosplay, just I knew we were going to paint it, so I didn't panic about having filament. So it is white, dark green, clear, and there may be some blue. But once we glued all the pieces together, painted it with Elmer's poster paint. We made gray poster paint. This is armor, right? And painted it up. So that was, like I said, I hope to get it working someday. Naughty says, sunk a lot of money into my Creality 3 trying to get different pieces of equipment to try and get consistency. Yeah. Do I have Grenadier miniatures, pattern scans, and molds? There are such things. If you go to Thingiverse, you can find a lot of Grenadier and Heritage miniatures that someone scanned. Now, the fellow that scanned them back in 2018. They ain't great. But if you can find good images and you've got a steady hand with 3D software, you can probably clean them up. But they do exist out there. I actually have some Grenadier bugbears that I printed up from that. I may try to do some in 4K just to see if that makes a difference. But yeah, go to Thingiverse. One thing that I found with 3D printing is if you just have a need for just for one piece, I just need an adapter ring to fit my new lens on my camera. Odds are somebody has made a model of it and you can get it off Thingiverse for like hardware bits and pieces like that. I have found some really, 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 really cool models out there that now I'm not I'm not at all saying that the people who sculpted these don't deserve the money that they get, but it's like I'll go look. It's like I wonder if they ever made an STL for that, and sure enough, there it is. Oh, cool! How much is that? $45 for an STL. Well, that certainly is expensive, But if they're like things that you otherwise couldn't get, like perfect example. I've got. I keep harping on this, but I quite like it. The Japanese BattleTech Marauder. Ral Partha never made this. FASA never commissioned one of these. A guy figured out how to make one of these based on the drawings in the Japanese BattleTech rules. And I'm so glad. I didn't know that such a thing existed. And I wanted one since like 1992 when I first got a glimpse of it in the Solaris 7 box set that FASA released. But that particular mini there, I think, was $15. But there's no place else to get it. It's not like I can go. I see what you did there, Cooley. It's not like I can go and just screw that. I can buy one at the store, and I can print plenty of these. If I ever decided to say, you know what, I want the BattleTech unit Miller's Marauders, which is an actual BattleTech canon lore thing. I want Miller's Marauders, but I want Miller's Japanese Marauders. I paid $15 for this STL. I can print 11 more of these. And the cost to me in resin is nothing. It's pennies. Your dream is to have 1/24 scale of each of the original mechs, especially the Archer. Your best bet, Jack, if you're not 3D printing, or rather, if you are 3D printing, is look for Macross. I have lots of the STL files. You can reach out to me. Solaris 7 Spark or 86 X8. Yeah. Or your best bet is to make your own. Well, there you go. I just don't have that good of a hand, which is why I have to go look at. I came close to doing my own custom pieces for a particular mech. Like I was like, okay, I'm going to do this. I'm going to start taking measurements and et cetera, et cetera. There's an STL for the damn thing. It cost money. But I was like, this is really niche. This is really obscure. I can't believe this. But you know what I can believe? It is time for what so many of you have probably come for this evening. It is time to play Gamma World. That's right, folks. Let's get ready to Gamma World. As it is the top of the hour. And let us welcome returning our players. The Mystery Man, Yang Yan Zhao as Rex Dashington.
Good evening.
The gunslinger of the wasteland himself, Doomsword Deathmaster, who is probably sane.
What's up?
The enigmatic man with a song in his heart, Kevin as Do Re Mi.
Hello. Oh, my image is bad.
Your image is bad? No, I think your image is fine.
Yeah, it's Tonstal.
Yeah, well, you do what makes you feel happy, and we're just waiting, of course, on Kanek, who was she was out in the audience earlier. I don't know what happened.
I guess Tonstal found some abandoned metal contraption in the barrier peaks and decided to join us.
Yeah, probably better off than me here.
And of course, Kanek as Mercy. Hello. Sorry, I was trying to get you on the screen there. I didn't mean to step on your mic. So, last week we left on a cliffhanger. Rex Dashington had found in the belongings that were there in the long abandoned ancient theme park. Rex had found photographs of himself with a family from pre-war times. This was most mysterious and disturbing to Rex. With Do Re Mi, the strange adventurer known as No One, and Mercy riding up and down in an elevator with the assistance of No One, constantly pushing the button, going, hey, button, every time they tried to open the doors. Rex and probably Sane had entered the service areas somewhere within the strange castle and fought yet more bizarre automa. That is where we left things off, and after a thorough scolding, No One sticks his lip out and says, fine, I'll go back and talk to the man with a mechanical head, and storms off back towards the front of the park, leaving the four of you wondering what to do and where to go next.
Yeah, so anyway, if you guys ain't heard, Rex got a wife and a kid. Supposedly he don't know nothing about it.
What?
They're
Yeah, I
sleeping.
told you, this is like the third version of him we found. But I'm the one that's probably saying, huh? I'm the one with the tattoo on the head. What the hell, man? You should have listened to me in the first place. That dude ain't real. He just
right
don't
here.
even know it.
I'm flesh and
Real.
blood.
Yeah, you just don't know it. See, that's the thing. When you don't know it, how am I going to convince you of it? When you think you know.
Right.
Did it cost anything?
Well, let's go
Well-
wake up his wife and kid and see what's up.
I mean, I vaguely recall the wedding
Maybe.
costing a lot, but that's just the way things were in the pre-war world.
Yeah, man, there was pictures and everything.
So who wears the pants?
Let's wake her up and find out.
I not only
I
wear the
wanna see
pants,
these
I wear
pictures.
the mech suit. So Rex will he'll pop open his canopy and he'll point to one of his display panels in there, and he's like, "Check it out," and he'll put up the photos that he downloaded last when they were up there.
Yeah, there's an idyllic, ancient pre-war panorama of scenes there. Some of them are even little looped motion pictures. There's so many of them of Rex and an attractive-looking woman and an adorable-looking little girl. And a few of them are from here in the Magic Kingdom.
Hey, I never asked. Do they like resemble him? Like there's an obvious relation there?
Well, the child, but not the wife, obviously.
Well, you
Yeah,
never know.
right,
You're
right.
in Florida.
You never know.
They said I was from New Hampshire.
A mysterious railgun fires from somewhere in orbit. I'm gonna need. Let me. Where's my die roller here? See how many that is.
Orbital mind
The
control
Gamma World
lasers.
equivalent of blue bolts from the heavens.
Let's see.
Uh-oh.
That should work. Hell, that's only 55 hit points. You can survive that,
Well, at 25, taken by my suit, right?
right?
Sweet.
Shrug that
There
off
we
and
go.
walk away from it. Okay, but all kidding aside, yeah. So Rex, you've still got this hanging over you. You guys are there in the bizarrest place on earth. What you gonna do?
My
So you've been here before, Rex?
Well, apparently. I mean, I had some wristband guest pass thing, but it's not as good as my employee badge, of course.
How is
but
that
that's,
possible?
Well, it was before the war, and you have a kid, and they want to go to Disney, and
I don't know any
you got to
of
go at
this.
least once, right? And the wife is like, "Oh, she'll love it so much." You just can't say no.
How did you keep them from getting murdered?
I'm not sure. The robot lady inside said I went to help some people do something. And luckily, since we had the premium package, I mean, I didn't skimp back in those days. We had the premium package, so they were afforded extra amenities like stasis tubes and guard robots.
Oh.
Presumably a fast pass as well.
Yeah, man, this dude don't know nothing.
Oh, you
You got any?
So are they
You
just
can afford
sleeping?
that much, Rex.
Are they just sleeping?
Anybody got questions about me like we got about him? I ain't got no questions about you guys like we got about him. He don't even know how to answer the questions. I
Yes,
don't
they're
care.
sleeping.
I'm dead
Right-
already, you know.
Well,
Right
why don't
now
we wake
I-
them up and find out what's going on?
No. Because then we would have
Of
to
course
drag
not.
them through the murder robots. Right now, they're
Nah.
with a nice, heavily armed robot. And I
We
think
might
it's better
find out
to
who
keep it
you
that
are.
way. Well,
After we take care of the
found
murder
out.
robots, can we wake them up?
Oh, yeah, definitely. I think we need to head north. Apparently, if we go back in the tunnels and go straight north, we'll come out at that power plant. So if we do that and we kill all the murder robots, then we'll get the car and I'll come back and get my family so we can go back to Sanctuary.
Okay.
All right.
I mean, I was going to kill the robots anyway, but
And
yeah.
we need to recharge all of our batteries, so
Oh, for
power
sure.
plant it is.
I'll say after you, and I'll make sure to stay back so I can talk to mostly sane after he's out of earshot.
Yeah, I might have to redo this tattoo. What the hell, man?
I'm curious how you're going to change that wording, but
I'm going to change the meaning of the word.
oh.
All right. Greetings, EW. So what is your plan, adventurers?
I think we should go straight to the plant, back to the tunnels, due north, just like the nice robot said.
Yeah, man, I got one shot in this rifle. I got one other cell with one shot in it, and I'm out. I got my
How
vibro
confident
blade
are we
up.
of this robot?
Yeah, I've only got one extra clip myself.
I got a bunch of extras that is empty.
Yeah, I think the extras I have for the laser pistol aren't the same. Are they?
They're the same as the laser rifle.
Right, it's a hydrogen cell versus you guys are using a different kind of cell in those?
We're using a hydrogen cell and laser rifle.
Okay. I thought you had a different one. Okay. Well, I can hand you the cell I have. I have an extra cell if you need it.
Yeah, but how many shots you got other than that?
7. But I have my slug thrower. I also have a vibroblade. I mean, there's a stun ray. I got stuff.
Alright, how about this? I'll trade you one with one charge left, one blast left for the laser rifle at least. You know, uses a lot of energy.
Yep, that's what I'll do.
Yeah, that laser rifle takes 2 things, 2 units or whatever, and it's got 2 units in it, so 1 shot with a laser rifle. I guess that would probably be 2 shots with a pistol.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yep. I'll note it.
I'll go ahead and load that full one that he traded to me.
Okay. Noted.
So I guess we'll follow Rex since he seems to know where we're going.
Rex, you actually, yeah. I mean, you can kind of get an idea on the map there where to go.
Well, somebody had told me, I can't remember if it was when I called Walt or the not as murdery robot upstairs. They said go back in the tunnels, go straight north, and then you'll pop up like it ends at the power plant. So that's my plan.
Okay.
So we'll head for the tunnels.
Okay. Alrighty. So, do you guys have a particular marching society that you want to take, or what?
No, I like to flank the right side in front with a laser rifle at the ready.
Alrighty.
Well,
Yep.
I guess, yeah. I guess Rex will take point then.
And I'll be kind of behind Rex, and I guess Doe will kind of be behind numbers Sane. Mostly Sane.
Probably
Does that sound
Rab. All right, so you find a tunnel entrance, and you are moving along. There's the occasional very broken down bot, other piece of ancient technology. Do you guys want to stop and examine any of this stuff, or are you just moving north?
Psst, you want to check this stuff out?
Sure. We'll check it out, see if there's any usable battery parts left.
Okay.
I'll
Or
cover
other
you.
useful things.
Alrighty. Anyone who's examining, give me a D10 roll, please.
All right, I'll do that as well.
Ugh.
Yeah.
I got a -3.
No, this is not an intelligence roll. This is just a straight up D10 roll.
Okay, I got a 2 then.
You did too. Okay. You're like, hey, I think no. You're like,
Damn it.
you pick up what you think is a working battery, turn it over. It's just blue and green foam on the back. Probably Sane. You kind of keeping a lookout.
Yeah, that's it. I'm just covering everybody all directions if I can.
Okay. All right. You move another few hundred meters, and you kind of have to go around. You're starting to find barricades that are very clearly, like, look at these books. You're right, Ray. No normal human would stack books like this. Moments as you're moving down the hall. Finally, you come to what appears to be a door, and there's a metal panel with a slot in it, and a red light and a green light. Neither one is lit up.
I'll move up to the right corner of the door and kind of put my back to it with my laser rifle up, preparing for breach.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll follow up. We'll stack up on the door.
Okay.
I'll be like guarding back behind, make sure nothing creeps up on us.
All right. And Rex.
I am on the side of the door opposite, probably.
Okay. Card slot next to door. Tell me your actions. Now that you've arranged yourselves.
Doe, you're up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't. Do we know what's going on? I'm not sure I know what's going on.
There is a sealed door in the wall. There is.
Okay, I just need to look at the door. I thought there was something else going on here. So,
Nah,
Just-
man, open it up.
all right, I will inspect it and see if I can figure out how to open it.
There is a slot in a metal panel to the left of the door.
This is probably where our employee badges normally go. You know, the ones with the stripes on them that we don't have.
Oh, we've got him. Rex will take the lanyard off his dome and hand it to Doe.
Okay, I'll get it and I'll look at it and I'll say, okay, and I try to slide it in the slot.
Okay. It goes in the slot. There's kind of a mechanical sort of, chuckling and whirring sound. The wall just above the slot opens up, and a small glass cube. Well, it's a plastic cube with a glass front, slides out, and a board of keys gently folds down in front of it. And there is a winking green square.
Okay. Well, this sounds great.
Okay.
I'll try to log in. I guess.
Okay. When you start typing, apparently, like, not of any volition, not anything that you're typing, a really complex looking wall of numbers is slowly drawn on the screen. There's a vertical and horizontal bar, and to the right of it is the flashing green square again. It is some type of complex mathematical equation.
I'll try to figure out what it is.
Okay.
I guess. That's not a tech check, though, right?
Actually, yeah, it is. It is going to be. Hang on a second. Get over to my charts. For those of you who are curious, Gamma World has a rather neat flowchart way of sorting through ancient text. So this is going to be a C chart here. So start rolling.
Okay.
Thank you, Doomsword. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. I don't even
got
know
a
where
one.
this stuff comes from.
I'm sorry, you got a what?
A 1. Number 1.
Okay. You're like, aha, I think I see a pattern. You key in some numbers, and the symbols, the amount of symbols reduce, and the pattern simplifies ever so slightly. Give me another roll.
Okay. -3.
Oh, yeah. You're like, oh, right. Okay. All right. So it follows. Okay. Simplifies again. Give me another roll.
A 0.
Yeah, you're in the zone. Give me another one. Auto zone. That's not an endorsed joke there.
-4. I'm really good.
Yeah, you're looking over at the guys like, really? This is a lock? Click, click.
Where's the lock at?
Everything is now compounded between some curly vertical lines and some numbers, and then there's a line, and there's more numbers and letters, and there's little numbers above them, but the patterns just make sense to you. So that was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Give me another one.
Oh, that's my worst. I got a 5.
Yeah, the numbers don't change.
Oh, that didn't work. Try something else here. How about a 3?
A 3. Okay. As you're typing, the equation starts to get really complex again, but it's like you're racing the numbers, and they simplify even more. So give me one more roll.
A 0.
Okay. Finally, you're like, I've got it now. And you have got it down to -1/z brackets squared. You press enter, and there is a dinging sound like you hear in the boxes that move up and down, and the door slides open. You are looking at another section of partitioned corridor, but it seems like it's been divided into a room. There is an automa standing there, some kind of bot, sort of. Well, I say standing. It's kind of hovering, and it regards you and says, Greetings, fellow seekers of knowledge. Please enter.
I'll look at it. No enter.
Yeah, I think he's talking to you. I got your back.
I'll look around and see what we're standing in once we get in there.
It is, well, it's almost like just a small antechamber or vestibule that has been made out of a section of hallway. There is an equally reinforced door beyond this, and the android, or it's not an android, it's just straight up robot, regards you with its multiple photoreceptor head and says, what can I do for you? What can we do for you? You are obviously of higher intellect, and therefore your entry here was permitted.
You're just trying to make sure you weren't standing on plastic, huh?
Yeah, no joke. I say we need a charging station to recharge our batteries. Do you have a reference for how we could find one? I leave the what we use the batteries for vague.
I mean, you guys are all strapped, so that, I'm sure this thing doesn't have to be that. And by the way, I should point out, this is the first piece of Automa you've encountered so far that is not emblazoned with cartoon characters or the 3 spheres joined together logo or anything like that. You've seen security androids before, or security bots before, and this is just a plain looking security bot, and it says you are not here for knowledge?
Of course. We just need to charge our batteries as well.
A moment. There's kind of an awkward pause, and the door beyond him slides open, and a man in a long-sleeved, lightweight white coat that comes down to about his knees. He's got white hair, a bald pate, little series of instruments in his breast pocket, and some kind of complicated-looking monocle on a headband that's currently resting on his forehead. Walks in and he says, "Hello, strangers. I see you solved the outer lock without any trouble. Well, mostly without any trouble."
When you don't know, we call dough.
Yeah. Wasn't.
I see. Well, you were saying something about needing to charge energy cells?
Yes. We absolutely need to get our energy cells recharged.
I see.
Is that unusual?
No, it's not. And by the way, this guy is holding a spear in one hand. He's not pointing it at you. He's just holding it in one hand. And he does have a sword on his hip. And he says, "Do you just mean to pass through here?"
Yeah, man.
We were on our way to the power plant.
You're not going to destroy it, are you?
No, we were going to try to recharge our batteries there.
Ah, good. You see, many are suspicious and hateful towards ancient technology, and they seek to do nothing but smash and tear down the miracles of the older ages. But if it is just passage through that you are seeking, then, of course, this safe zone that we have created here to observe the ancients' place of entertainment and relaxation, well, it has become recently filled with dangers. So we've had to create barricades and use this robot here to defend ourselves. But if you just simply wish to pass through, please follow me.
And Rex will point at his suit, making an up and down motion, and say, "Do we really look like people who hate ancient technology?"
Well, granted, but there are organizations that wish to destroy everything, and they will use any means on their quest to extirpate knowledge.
Kind of sounds like somebody I recognize.
But I do go on. Please, let us continue. Oh, sorry, I did not realize. There you go. Sorry, I did not realize that you had gotten knocked off there. Connect. All right.
Not a problem.
So, yes, he walks ahead, and presuming that you guys follow him, kind of coming up behind you is the security bot.
Hey, is that bot like anthropomorphic? Like it looks like a human, basically, or?
It is roughly human shaped, but you've seen security bots before in your many travels through the wasteland. And this is, you don't know how ancient society used these things, but they all seem to have been of a singular type. Bat.
Right, like bipedal and whatnot, with a couple arms, head.
Yes.
I ask if, by any chance, they have any medikits around that we might be able to take with us, because it is dangerous out there, as you pointed out.
Oh, well, we occasionally have items for trade. Let's see. Does he have a medikit to trade? Alas, I cannot help you with any medikits. Myself and my companion had to use the last of them. Ah, here she is now. Dell? There is a mutated humanoid before you. Small, like not as small as Bogo was, but diminutive, female, and she has wings, like a dragonfly, not feathered.
Good evening, Adele.
She says in a surprisingly deep voice for a small figure. Hello, greetings.
You wouldn't happen to have any hydrogen cells to trade?
No, any we find we have to convert into power units for our security android that keeps us safe.
Say, I was wondering, does Walt Disney know you're here?
They kind of share a glance, and he says, "We have not yet announced our presence to anyone other than yourselves."
Oh, just curious. I mean, seems like you would have taken some time to enjoy the safe parts of the park while you were here.
The park has been the park, as you call it, has been unsafe for the majority of the time that we've been here. Vaughn asked if the guy's human. Yes, he appears to be pure strain human.
How long have you been here?
But a few weeks.
Well, it is the vacation month.
Vacation? I'm not familiar with this term.
It's the time of year when most people make a pilgrimage to the magical kingdom,
Hmm.
despite the muggy weather.
You are well versed in history, are you?
A little bit. I'm knowledgeable on a very specific time period.
By the way, what is Rex's intelligence? Or what is Rex? What is Rex's charisma?
Charisma 14.
14. Okay. Okay. So they seem generally favorable. Still a little bit suspicious. You move maybe another 100 meters or so. You can kind of tell the tunnel is starting to slope upwards. She has been accompanying you and the old man, whose name is Odan, not Odin. He's very specific about that. It's not Odin. It's Odan. Odan and Dell and the android. They're coming up to a point, and she says, "Now, Greg is in the chamber beyond. He's fine. You might be startled. Just please don't make any aggressive moves." She dogs open a hatch and pushes it open. And actually, give me a D10 roll, if you would, please, Doomsword. Okay, yeah. All right, so yeah, she opens the hatch. There's kind of an earthy, musky smell in here, and there is it's a long, sort of sinuous, silky, furred creature, maybe 3 meters long. Has kind of golden brown fur, a flat head, narrow almond-shaped eyes. It rears up on its back legs, and its eyes sort of start to glow. And Dell flits over and pets him and whispers something to him quietly, and he settles back down and goes to crunching on something that it was eating. With that, unless you guys have anything else to say, she leads you to the door, keys it open, and says, "Good luck. If you need to come back this way, there'll be another lock. But if you present yourselves and I recognize you on the monitors, then we'll let you through."
Hey,
Hasta la vista, baby.
before we leave, I just, you were talking about having trouble with things in the park. Were they like in weird looking costumes?
Yes, they've worn the clothes and costumes of the ancients, and the ones that we encountered initially tried to act as though they were friendly and lure us close. They offered us food, but we saw the remains of other humans and assumed the worst. But Odan was quite insistent that we could that we could learn things from being here.
Oh, okay. Well, we're familiar. Just wanted to check if it was somebody we didn't know about.
No.
Yeah. Thank you for helping us through here, and good luck.
And to you. Alrighty, you proceed about another 50 meters and you come up to a white room. There are scorch marks on the wall, craters in the white tile, and you're not sure, but you think maybe some dried blood here and there smeared on the floor. There's a door that opens to the left and a door that opens to the right.
Are either of them going roughly north?
They are not. Like if you assume you're going north, which your suit's inertial systems say that you are, if you turn left, you'll be going west. If you turn right, you'll be going east.
Well, I don't know. Maybe we should go the right way. And I point to the right door.
It works for me.
Well, Johnny Go Right does stay to the right, so we'll take that way until we can go north again.
Sounds good.
I'm following you guys.
Try to go right.
Okay. Large metal door. It's got a metal bar. Underneath that, there is a sign that appears to be of white and red plastic. It's kind of crumbling, and it has letters of the ancients on it. It says ALARUND, and then at the end USHED. The rest of it has crumbled away.
Yeah, I have no idea what this says. Does anybody know what this is?
Yeah, it ain't making no sense to me neither.
That's I'll put it on the screen.
There we go.
It's some kind of shed, I guess.
Now that is on a bar that's underneath a bar that is a little higher up than it. So there's two levers on the door. The one that has the little sound, the little sign, and the one that doesn't.
Okay. So do they look like they're buttons? Or just...
No, they look like they're levers, like they're long levers.
Oh. Do you want what? Just try to figure out which one to pull?
Well, you're the technical expert, Joe. Go for it.
Well, this is kind of below my tech level. It just kind of pivots. It's easy to figure out. I just don't know which one's the one that is the one we want. Do we want the one with the words or the other one that doesn't have words? At least not that we can see.
Joe, I have faith in you.
Okay.
Don't be nervous.
Do they both
I
pull
step
the same
back
way?
a bit.
Yeah, it looks like they both would go in a few centimeters.
Okay. I'll push the top one. The one that doesn't have the words above it.
Okay, give me a D6 roll, please.
Oh, no. Not 3d6, so I'm okay.
Not 3d6. No. 3d6. Now 3d6 again. Now 3d6 again.
I got a 2.
Okay, you kind of got to throw your shoulder into it, and the door slowly grinds open, and there's this, you must be pushing against leaves or branches because there's kind of a crunching and crumbling sound. And when your eyes kind of finally adjust to the light pouring in, you are ankle deep in bones.
Yeah, about this room.
Well, it's not a room. You're actually opening out into a large open area. There's tattered bits of clothes, and there's all of these various skeletons.
How far from the door do the bones go?
Not far, maybe a couple of meters.
Oh, okay. So somebody was trying to get in this door and couldn't figure out how. And they were so committed to doing it, I guess they starved to death.
That's what happened.
Yeah, I mean, we don't have time to make soup, so I guess I'll try to push some of the bones out of the way so we can walk through.
Yeah, that's easy. That's easy enough to do.
Okay. I do my best not to look the bones too closely because I really don't want to know what they are.
Okay. All right, then I'll spare you the description. I will point out that like the brick on the outside of the building is kind of scorched. There is a good deal of overgrowth here, just not right immediately around the door. There's vines and so forth and everything, but you can see in semi-regular rows before you, there are you think maybe vehicles that are almost completely grown over with creepers in a regular pattern along straight ahead. There are tall poles. Some are bent, some are broken in half. But the ones that aren't, the ones that are mostly standing up, have these strange orbs in 4 places on them. And on one of them, you can see a sign that says employee parking orange. You're not even sure what those words mean.
Well, it's really strange that there's a mess here when the rest of the park is pristine.
I'm guessing it's not accessible by the people that do the cleaning.
Can I get bearings? Having seen the map, can I get bearings as to roughly where we are compared to the power plant? Like, are we going in the right direction?
Yes, you are going the right direction. If you basically you came out of the door on the right-hand side, and if you turn back north, you will be going in the right direction.
Okay, so not through the piles of bones.
Well, I mean, you'll have to step over them and then go north, but yes.
Oh. All right, guys. I think our path leads through the bones.
Okay, yeah, we'll walk through the bones. And I'm going to look at those orbs. Do they look like, are they fleshy, or do they have any kind of, I mean, are they made out of what? Can I tell?
They appear to be metallic.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like there's kind of a rusted, like over there, that's kind of rusted. You know, that one, there's no orbs. There's just a tall pole. There's only 3 over there. On this one over there, there's blash. There's blash. You look over and you see blash.
Oh, son of a. So, yeah, maybe, guys, we need to get the hell out of here, or is it too late?
Well, let's see. You're not surprised by this at all. You're like, probably saying you're like, you're just now noticing those, or however you say it. But
you're just now noticing those.
The rest of you, however, yeah, you guys aren't surprised either, and neither are the Blash. They're about 60 meters away. So what are you guys going to do? And we'll start off with you, Numbers. What are you going to do?
Yeah, well, I guess I'm going to take a shot. Why not?
Okay. Go ahead and pull your trigger.
Weapon class 13.
That will absolutely hit.
Sweet.
These things have soft, moth-like bodies.
25.
Okay, it didn't like that at all. What is Rex Dashington going to do?
He will also shoot.
Okay, Do-Re-Mi?
Yeah, I guess I'm going to shoot. We're shooting.
All right. Are you guys shooting at separate ones, or are you shooting all focusing your fire, or what?
Did it fall when he shot it, or?
Oh, no, but he put a pretty good-sized hole in it. There's 4 of them, and there's 4 of you.
I guess we'll choose different targets.
All right.
I'm going to choose the same one unless it dies.
Okay.
Okay. And Mercy, you going to take a shot?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I am.
All right. Let's roll initiative then. Yang, you have the con. Roll a d6, please. I got a 5. They spend a round moving towards you. They are a quarter of the way towards you. You guys can shoot now. Start with Yang.
Yeah. Okay. Then I will shoot.
A 5 is not going to hit. Don't worry me.
Okay. It's my rolling app. 20. What? There's only a 12? Oh, well, that's nice. It didn't give me a 20.
Not to the right of it?
No, I'll just have to roll the different set. Okay. Yeah, pretty sure
An
it's gonna
8. Let me see. Actually, I said that Yang missed with a. Would you roll a 6, Yang?
5.
A 5. I said that you missed, but let's see. Because these things are actually fairly not armored. So the 8 does hit, but unfortunately, Yang, your 5 did not.
Okay. Yeah, it's class 13, so
All right.
let's see what we got here. 5d6.
Big money.
17.
Okay. Mercy, take your shot. That will not hit.
Yeah.
Okay. New round. Are you taking a shot? Probably.
I sure am.
All right. That will hit. Same one, I presume?
Yes, sir.
All right. Okay. It did not like that. It did not like that, not at all.
Oof.
It's still moving towards you, but yeah, you've burned holes in it. All right, everybody else shooting again?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Let's see. Well, roll initiative for us there, Doomsword. Roll well. Not well enough. They move in another 15 meters. Take your shots. We'll start with Yang.
Oh my gosh.
Zat. That's a miss. Kevin?
All right. Oh, it's trying to do 2. I don't want to do 2.
Yeah, some folks have little hiccups there. That is absolutely a hit.
All right,
Sweet.
so 5d6. 16 damage.
16, and you had done 14 to it in the previous round?
It was 13, I think.
13.
Yeah, I thought
No,
it was 17.
No, 17. I'm sorry, it was 17.
So
Yeah.
17 and 16, 33. All right, yeah, you blast a chunk out of it. So take your shot there, Mercy. That is, what are you firing at it?
A laser pistol.
That will hit. Go ahead and roll your damage. It's 6 dice with a pistol, isn't it?
Yes.
All right. Take your shot.
Nice.
Wow.
6.
Yeah, you zap another chunk out of it. I'm guessing you guys are going to keep firing, right?
Heck yeah.
Anything
Okay.
worth shooting once is worth shooting a whole bunch of times.
Until it stops. There are 4 Blash. Vaughn, there are 4 Blash. By the way, Jack, that's awesome. The Jay Giles reference. Lights out. Blash, blash, blash. Mercy, are probably saying, take your shot.
Hey, I just happened to be on the page in the Gamma World reference, and the laser pistol is 5d6 for future
It's
reference.
5d6.
Okay.
Yeah.
You got a little, ancient weapons, right?
Yeah, right.
Your next shot will be 5d6. So
Okay. Not a problem. I will change that. I'm taking what you're telling me.
a 5, I don't think even.
I don't think so. Weapon class 13.
Yeah, no, it kind of dipped. Like maybe if you hadn't shot it so much, it could still stay in the air a little bit better and would have been an easier target. But it plummets down a little, missing a lot of its body mass. Let's roll initiative then, and I think we're over to you, if you would please, Safi. The first time I lost initiative, and this might be friggin' important. It's an initiative tie. They move but all they're doing is moving.
All right.
So Jack asked about the way the dice appear on the screen sometimes, like you'll see both number faces. The software generates a number internally, I think, before you get the dice physics. I don't know. I'd have to ask the devs, but it decided on one. So go ahead.
Okay.
Let's see. Start with Yang. Take your shot.
All right, some new dice here. Okay.
That'll hit. And you said you were shooting at the same one that Do-Re-Mi was shooting at? Or that probably Sane was shooting at?
That probably was shooting at, unless it died.
It did not. Although it did, it's got like big glowing holes in it because it's radioactive. But yeah, it's not looking good. So go ahead and do your damage. Oh my lord!
25.
It's evil-looking front of its head. You just erase it, and it plummets, lands with a crunch on something metallic out there that's 30 meters away at this point. Next shot.
Car?
No, that was not your car. Do-Re-Mi.
All right.
My car.
I got a 14.
That's going to hit. Roll your damage.
It's 18. Nice.
I'm at 18,
Nice.
so you had done...
I have 4 shots left. Well, 6 shots if I switch. Batteries here.
Okay, so that's 2 of them down. There are 2 of them left. Mercy, go ahead and take your shot. That will miss. They are now 15 meters away from you, and you can see like the glow in their underbelly, and you're starting to hear your guy. Those of you with power armor are starting to hear the tick 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 of your Geiger counters. So guns up. You guys gonna try and shoot him?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so the one on me was dead, right? So
Yes, there's 2 left. The one that Do-Re-Mi was shooting at is dead, and the one that you were shooting at is dead.
okay, and neither of the other ones were wounded, were they?
No, actually, Mercy had pranged one of them.
Right. I'll take a shot at that one.
Okay, go ahead and roll your 2 hit. That's a hit.
Oof.
17, and how much did Mercy do?
That was like 23, wasn't it?
Yeah,
I forgot.
It was something nuts. That would be nice if you could go back and see. But anyway, yeah, it is badly injured. So now we're gonna roll initiative, and we're back to Yang.
Alrighty.
Woo! If ever there was a time for me to lose initiative,
Whew.
circle gets the square. Take your shots, guys. The 8 will actually hit.
Yeah, that's the magic number.
Yep.
Well, we are in the Magic Kingdom.
And were you shooting at the one that Mercy had injured, or are you shooting at the one remaining healthy one?
I think I got to go the one remaining healthy one.
Okay. All right. You blast a hole in it, and so Do-Re-Mi, you shooting at the you shooting at the healthy one, or the one with I'm sorry, you shooting at the one that Mercy's been shooting at, or are you shooting at the one?
Yes.
Okay.
Since it has that glow, you know.
All right.
Come on, man.
The power of the glow.
Showing up.
Showed up.
Wow, that was an incredible drum beat there. That is a 19. That is a direct hit, my friend.
Brilliant.
18 damage.
And that's the one that Mercy was shooting at, right?
Yes.
I hit him for 17.
It drops from the sky and lies twitching on the ground. There is one left, and it is now hovering over you, flapping its wings, but it has been injured. Yes, that's right. So, yeah, take your shot. 13 will hit that one.
Oh.
And this one had gotten tagged pretty hard, too.
12.
That is 12. And how much did you hit that one for, Yang?
That was 21.
21, I think.
So 21 and 12. Okay. It's still up, and it's swooping in on you guys right now. Probably saying you're gonna spend that last shot.
Yeah. Right. So I've got 2 shots. Oh no, I think I have one. You're right.
Yeah.
Yep. I have one. I forgot to erase. Is it like within melee range of me at this point?
It might be in this round, but it might just pull up to hover and pulse you guys. You don't know what it's going to
shoot it. Right.
All right.
Thank you. Come on, we need this. And thanks for correcting my shots too.
That's fine. You've been on fire all night. 10 will actually hit it.
This should take care of that. 20.
And you guys had piled on damage for it too. As it flies in, numbers, you zap it, and it crumples to a heap just a few meters away. Yang, your powered armor Geiger counter is ticking. It's tickling the bottom of the yellow. It's not in the yellow. It's still in the green, but it is tickling the bottom of the yellow. Which, given that these are blash, does not surprise you in the least.
Hopefully there's no more of those.
Yeah. And before I had traded Doe that one, I had 2 energy cells with 1 shot each, and I gave him one of them. Now all I've got is the one with 1 shot, and I'm going to go ahead and load that. So there's 1 shot left on the laser rifle, and then I'm completely out of laser rifle and his vibroblade. Just for clarity.
And I used the rest of my 1 cell, so I have a brand new cell that I'm going to put into my laser rifle.
All right. Pistol. Okay. So are you guys going to pick your way across the employee parking lot orange to the far end?
If we can...
Yeah. Good.
Oh, I was going to say, if we can get around the bodies without irradiating everyone.
Yeah, there's enough open space that you can walk around them.
Let's go, guys.
Spiritual experience and opened a third eye for all of you. No, grown a third eye. That's what I meant. It could have grown a third eye for all of you. Alrighty, so you make your way across the parking lot. Now, the undergrowth here is extremely thick. There's broad-leafed vines that you have to push your way through. Sometimes, Yang, you gotta rip and tear through some of the vines, and when you do, you can see ancient vehicles underneath these growths of vines here and again. Most of them look just completely ruined. The plastic windows are cracked and vines are going through. Some of them look like they might be usable, but you're not, unless you want to stop and investigate specifically.
What do you think, guys? Do we want to try to get a vehicle or plow ahead?
Man, let's just go. That's my thought.
We can come back if we need to.
Everybody remember where you parked. Okay. So you make your way across the lot. There is this sort of twisted, interlocked mesh of metal. It's very rusted and it's fallen down. Next to it, sort of in the middle, almost on like a little raised up island of concrete, there is what appears to be perhaps a 1.5 meter by 1.5 meter square building. The windows are broken out of it. As you approach it, you see some bits of plastic and metal shining through. And there is a mostly overgrown ancient roadway before you. It goes left, right, and straight ahead.
And you said to the right was north?
No, straight ahead is north.
Straight ahead is north.
Yeah.
I'll take a quick peek in the metal box.
Some gleaming, well picked over bits of bone, scraps, broken pieces of ancient technology, a corroded disc of metal, perhaps 4 centimeters high by a couple of centimeters across. Other than that, nothing of note.
Well, nothing here, guys. Let's continue on.
I agree. Look, take your on.
Alrighty.
You know what, Rex? If I ever have children, remind me to put them in cryo, too.
The dice roller is cool. The green dice go well with all those reds. I'm sorry, you were saying? All right. You go maybe after you cross the road and continue on the straight road, it sort of bends a little bit to the left. And the road here it's not clear, but it looks like someone has moved through it at some time in the recent past because it's not as overgrown as the lot behind you or the other roads were. There is a faded plastic sign. Most of it has worn away that you can't see what it says, but the word plant is there. And ahead of you, you see a fence around a series of large cubicle buildings that do not at all look like the happy, brightly painted area that you left a couple of hours ago. By the way, Rex, you've been pushing your power armor pretty hard, so you've got about 10 hours of use left on it.
All right.
So make note of that. Oh, thank you, Vaughn. So there's another one of those buildings in front of the fence that is around the square buildings. And I should point out that the fence and that building are intact.
All right, guys, we got to stay frosty. This is where most of the murder bots are.
Yeah, man.
Do we see any movement ahead?
Not at a glance, you don't. Okay. What you going to do, Meng? Well, I'm going to get canceled for that. What are you guys going to do?
Is there an opening in the fence somewhere that we could go through?
Not that you can see from this side.
Like a gate or something?
Oh, yeah. There's the fence that closes, and it looks like it closes on either side of the small building.
No, you know what? All right, guys. Mercy, you're with me. I'll fly you over. Doe, you can fly, I believe. Probably. I think you should be able to jump this fence.
Works for me.
Can I fly? I guess I could do a jet assisted jump.
Yeah.
So, okay. Yep. I'll jump over the fence.
Okay. Let's see.
While we're flying, I'm going to look ahead to see if there's any movement at all.
Okay. As you are jumping over, there are four. There are four. They look human. They're wearing blue coveralls, and they're running forward, and they're pointing at you. They all appear to have vibro blades that they are drawing and running to where they think you're going to land. What is probably Numbers going to do?
Yeah, I'm gonna follow Doe over the fence, right?
Correct. I mean, that's what I assumed. That's what I assumed you were doing. I'm sorry to have presumed if that's not what you were doing. So
It was. I just wanted to make sure that I was right because my boys are like fist fighting.
okay. All right. So you've jumped over the fence. You have the ball. Are you going to take a shot?
Yeah. This is the last of the laser rifle shots.
All right. Go ahead. That will hit. You absolutely hit one of them.
All right. Hey, pretty good. 25.
Damn. Okay, yeah, you burn a good size hole in one of them's shoulder, and he points at your group and says, "Get the humanoids." And another one says, "The humanoids must not escape."
Good luck.
Stop the intruders. Get the intruders.
I knew it was coming.
Chicken, fight like a robot. All right. So let's get declarations of actions. Yang, what is Rex Dashington doing?
I think I've got to put Mercy down somewhere safe looking.
Oh, that's sorry, I completely.
Sorry, Mercy. We got to put you down.
Yeah. Don't look at me that way. You know, it just is what it is.
It's easier this way.
This is gonna hurt me more than it's gonna hurt you.
Probably saying ain't no yearling no more, Ma. Okay. Yeah, you guys are talking about, didn't you cry at Old Yeller? No, but I freaking bawled at the yearling, okay?
Yeah.
So you're putting Mercy down, by which we mean setting her on the ground. And Kevin, what is Do-Re-Mi doing?
Yeah, I'm shooting. I'm lasing these guys.
Okay.
Like they need laced. I'll try to engrave my name on them.
And when I get sit down, I'm going to shoot too.
Okay. Now, I would point out also, if you guys want to change any of your instructions at all, there is another android. He is perched on like a mezzanine, like a step back on the edge of the building, watching you, and it has a ranged weapon.
How far away is he?
Only about maybe 20 meters at most.
All right, perfect. Thank you.
Okay. So again, I should have said that when you guys flew over. So if you want that to have been the one that you shot, Doomsword, you absolutely can say that.
No, I'm fine with the one that I shot. Thank you.
Okay. Alrighty. So Doremi is shooting. Mercy, you're going to shoot once you're on the ground.
Yep.
All right. Let's go ahead and roll initiative. And I think, Kevin, it was your turn for initiative.
Okay. Yep, let's do it.
Bring it.
D6. Okay, I got stuck there for a minute.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Party goes first, which I think the only person who is, well, yeah, Mercy has to be set down. Yang is setting Mercy down. So it's just over to you, Kevin.
All right, I'm going to attack one of the guys that's rushing us. Their
Okay.
river blades are nasty.
And yes.
Oh, come on.
9. Let me see here. 13 and 9. It's going to be near. It's going to be very, very near thing. 13 and 9. We consult our chart. Or we insult our. I will come to your house. I will find out where you live. 13.
You actually know where I live. You just don't know.
I that actually does hit.
Okay,
you do hit him.
5 dice 6. And it's an 18.
He did not
Sweet.
enjoy that at all. Okay, so their actions, they are going to close to melee. Meanwhile, over on the roof, the one on the roof says, carbon-based life forms, your day is at an end. Your end will be merciful, only if you surrender. And Yang, a particle beam that just kind of seems to distort light around it as it zings past your armor. Well, zings past your armor. Let me see here. Let me get to...
I'm flicking my energy cloak on. Let's power that baby up.
Okay. All right. So everybody can fire in the new round. The androids will be meleeing with you in this round. Is anyone not meleeing with them?
So that other guy's out of range. Apologies. That other guy's out of range on the roof of melee. And then we got the ones closing with us.
I mean, he's not out of range. 20. He's like 20, 25 meters away.
He's out of melee range, though.
Yes, he's out of melee range. Yeah.
Right, like I'd have to find some way to get up on the roof in order to melee him, right?
Right. And you don't recognize this beam, by the way. It fired a fusion rifle, which is an 18 intensity radiation burst if it hits you.
Right. There doesn't appear. I mean, I know we're in fast mode, but there doesn't appear to be way up onto that roof, like a ladder or something like that.
Correct.
Right. All right. Well, I'm going to draw the vibro blade, dash into melee with the robots I can reach, and slash them whenever I can.
Okay, you will attack first, so you may do so. He just slides under your sword blow there. All right. Yang, are you shooting or meleeing?
I'm going to shoot that guy on the roof.
All right, up on the rooftop. Zap, zap, zap. Do-re-mi, how about you?
I'm gonna switch to my vibroblade, and I'm gonna jump up there to go slash that dude.
Oh, you're boosting to the ceiling, or to the roof.
Yeah.
I got you.
Yeah.
Mercy, how about it?
I'm also going to have to go after the guy on the roof.
Okay, so you're shooting at him despite the fact that you may get stabbed in this round. I got you. All right, let's roll initiative.
I have armor now.
And how many of these? Was there 3 of these guys?
There's 4 of them on the ground, 1 of them on the.
So everybody's shooting that guy and leaving them with me. All right.
All right, let's roll initiative, and we are to to you, Kennick. So I rolled a 2. This will be a good time to win initiative.
Big money.
Kennick, roll initiative.
Roll initiative.
Kennick, roll initiative.
Is this thing on?
Yang, roll initiative, please.
That McFly.
A 3. Okay, party goes first. You are jumping in this round. Those of you who are jumping, so it's 20 meters. How far is your leap? Let me ask you that.
That's 200 in the rule book.
Oh, good Lord. Yeah. So that's sproing.
Yeah.
So you're right in front of him. And I say him,
Nice.
You think it's an it. If it's an android, it just kind of regards you with disgust for a second and says, "You will be the first to die then," and starts to swing the blaster around. Go ahead and make your attack.
All right.
Come on,
Vibroblade.
man. You got it.
Let's hit with this thing.
Oof.
There he goes. 19.
That hits.
Nice.
5 damage.
Okay. It lets out an unandroidly seeming scream of pain. Rex, how fast is your flight in your suit?
I have no idea. That's a good question.
Okay. So you're not wearing assault armor, but you are, let's see.
It's scout armor.
Let's see. Anti-grav flight 250 meters per melee turn, and you only have to go 25. So yeah, Veep. You're right up there too. You gonna shoot or are you gonna stab?
I'm definitely going to shoot.
Okay. $18. That will hit. Roll your damage.
Sweet.
$18.
Okay. You blast a pretty good sized hole in it, and it kind of shifts around and is bringing the rifle up to point at you. Mercy, you were shooting at him.
Correct.
Go ahead and take your shot, please. That will miss. Crack. Okay. So 2 vibro blades being swung at you. What is your armor class probably?
3.
Armor class 3. So vibroblade is a
5,
9.
I believe. A 9. I've got it down as 5.
Oh, it is a 5. It is a 5. You're correct. I'm sorry. So your armor class 3, 5. That will miss, and the other one definitely misses. And then two vibroblade attacks on Mercy. And both of those miss. Witness the dice, everyone. They are getting exceptionally lucky. They could be
Oh yeah.
into warm cutlets. Okay. In the new rounds, you got 2 people up on the roof. Oh, wait. He didn't shoot. This one is right. That is a 17. That is a hit. Okay, so your shields absorb. I actually did some asking around. Shields do absorb radiation. Your shields absorb 18 points of radiation and then 7 points of radiation. So you take an intensity 11 radiation zap. And what is your constitution?
Wait, who's getting shot? Numbers? Or me?
Rex.
No, this is Rex.
Oh, Rex.
13 con.
13 con. All right, so this is an 11.
11 versus 13 don't sound so
11.
promising.
Yeah, you suddenly you just feel like hot. It's like literally you break into sweat. You see like the displays kind of waver, and you see random pixels popping up on your power armor displays, and you can taste like a metallic taste in your mouth. But other than that, you don't, you're like, ah. Okay. So, and your shields are down. So,
Right.
new round. I guess we'll start with you guys. You're both going to attack this thing.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Okay. And down in the parking lot, you guys going to continue to melee?
Yeah. Vibroblade. On the
All right.
nearest
I'm
guy.
going to just re-aim my pistol down at one of the ones attacking me.
Okay. You're just, I got you. You're over there. I'm your Huckleberry. Okay, let's roll initiative, and I think we were to our Doomsword, make your attack. I'm sorry, we're not to initiative. Make your attack.
That's a miss too.
We'll miss. So go ahead and roll initiative. What'd you guys get? A 5? That's good. I got a 4. Mercy, go ahead and take your shot on one.
Okay.
That will miss.
Man.
Rex, you gonna shoot or you gonna attack melee?
Shoot.
Take your shot. Zap. And if you want to roll the dice, I'll let you, but I can tell you destroy it with your blast.
I feel like it needs to be done.
Absolutely. A definitive, a defining zap. You blow a hole in it and it crumples over, just leaking that white android synthetic blood. It is no more. It does have the fusion rifle, however, still. So how about Do Re Mi? You are now without a target. Are you going to pivot and fire on one in the lot, or what?
Yeah, I'm gonna shoot at one of the ones that's attacking numbers down there.
All right, do it.
All right. 15.
That will hit. That will hit.
5 dice. 24. Nice.
Wow, that's real nice.
Getting 4 on 5 dice is pretty damn telling. Okay, yeah. It staggers and turns around and literally starts to run towards the overhang and is like scaling up the building.
The easier to shoot you with.
Okay.
You drew aggro.
Mercy already took your shot. Kevin took his shot. Yang, you took your shot. Doomsword, you took your shot. So counter attacks. So this is going to be oh, that's the wrong die. Ding dong.
I'll take that.
You'll take that one. How about a 12? That I think will still miss you.
Yeah, AC 3.
And a couple on mercy.
Oh.
I haven't
Those
ever class a 4.
The 20 is a definite hit. The 15, these are strength 5 weapons. It's. I honestly don't have it in for you there. But so let's
Sounding
see.
bad.
All right. AC 4, 5. Yep, that got you. So you take a total of 50 points of damage.
Oof.
Well, I'm still standing, but not good.
Really? How many hit points do you have left?
22.
Okay. After taking 50 points. Not 25,
Correct.
50. Okay.
Yep, because I had 72.
All right. That one attacked Doom Sword and miss. That, and that one is just climbing up. He's moving quick. He will be on the mezzanine with you guys in the next round. How about it? Probably saying you're gonna slash at the one that you're now fighting.
Yes, sir.
All right, do it. That is not going to hit. Did somebody out there mention Zardoz, Robert Phillips? I am Arthur Frayne, and I am immortal. Melee attacks, or Yang, are you shooting, or what's going on up on the roof as this guy's climbing up?
Can I pick up the fusion cannon to shoot the guy with?
It'll be a little awkward because it's still like the power pack is still strapped on the back of this thing. So I'm going to give you some negatives to hit. But yeah, you can absolutely try that.
I will try that.
Okay. Do-Re-Mi, what are you doing?
I'll use my last shot for my laser pistol.
On one of the meleeers in the courtyard there? Or the outer yard?
If I could shoot the guy that's coming on the roof, I will. Otherwise, I'll shoot one of the guys in the courtyard.
Okay. You think this guy will be up in this round? So I will assume you're going to shoot. How many shots have you got left in your pistol there, Kennick?
I have 8 shots left.
Okay. All right. Probably saying you continuing to melee. Go ahead and make your attack.
Yes, sir.
$10. That's marginal.
Class 5. Yeah, I don't know.
Class 5 and 4. That will hit.
Brilliant. 25.
25 points of damage.
Take that, scum.
You fleshy one. Carbon life will end. Now is the age of the machine. And he's going to counterattack you. Let's roll initiative. And Kevin, I think, are we?
Yep. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Initiative.
I got a 4.
Nice.
Yeah, well, I got a 3. Beat
Sweet.
that. You did. Okay. So Kevin and Yang take your shots at this guy. Yang, you're going to be at minus, I'm going to say -2. Your power armor isn't that weak. Kevin, was that you or was that Yang?
That's me.
Kevin.
Class 13.
All right. That is a hit.
All right. He's going to eat some dice.
And he had already been shot before.
That's a 16. I like the last roll better.
Yeah, this is still good, though.
24 and 16, that's 40. Yeah, you kind of melt away part of its face. You can see the gleaming plastic with just, melted plastic with just some tiny bits of metal here and there. It says, "My flesh can be made anew. That cannot be said for you, human." As he's trying to drag himself on the roof. Go ahead and take your shot.
You.
13 will absolutely hit. So this is 2 intensity radiation bursts. It makes it up. It looks over at you. The beam passes through its head, and it lets out an unholy high-pitched scream, grabs the sides of its head, and just that milky white stuff just starts pouring out. And you're like, yeah, take that. Oh, wait, it shot me with this same gun.
Cohagened.
And it crumples. So that is the master up on the roof, the one that you just liquidated. So there's a few left. Go ahead and did you already? Yeah, you already swung on it, Doomsword. So it's over to you, Mercy. Take your shot.
Can I outrun these things?
Start running, and I'll let you know.
Fine, I will shoot.
He climbed the roof pretty quick, so
They're fast.
Hey, that's a hit. Look at the hits on that one. All right, good.
I just got that.
12.
Okay, Zeppo. All right, counterattacks. Down on the ground. Well, the good news is the 10 didn't hit you. The bad news is the 14 did.
Oh.
You duck under that one, and he stabs you. You feel the heat of the vibro blade slam into you. You cry in pain and slump to the ground. And Doomsword 13. Your armor class is 3.
3, yes, sir.
All right. 5, 3, 13. That actually hits you.
All right, so I have 90 hit points. I took 6 wounds, which puts me at 84, minus 25, because I had a med kit last session.
Okay.
So I have 31 wounds. Okay, that's fine, bud.
Okay. Yeah, that's absolutely fine. Okay. So
yeah,
you guys,
I was talking to the kid. Sorry.
I know. Fine, I know.
All right.
That's the way it is, folks. I mean, here it's not actors sitting in a studio, with
are you
props
sure?
and all that jazz. No, I'm not. I'm pretty sure it's that we're real people, real games, and like if folks have to drop out or whatever, that's because that's how it would be at your table. All right. So you guys hear a cry of pain. You see Mercy crumple to the ground. You now have 3. 3 androids are turning to face you. Numbers.
Yeah, I'm gonna attack.
All right.
Man. 3 of them.
Yep.
All right, well, that should hit. 25.
That will hit. Yep. And you drive your sword in again, and it lets out an immense amount of that horrible white goo, and it's up on the roof. What are Rex Dashington and Doremi doing?
I'm going to shoot one of those things
All
with
right.
the fusion cannon.
With a fusion gun. Okay.
I'm gonna jump down with my vibroblade.
Okay. Yeah, you can just do. All right, let's go ahead and roll initiative. And I think that we were actually down. Kennick, if you want to roll initiative, please.
Come on.
Yes.
Nice.
Party goes first. You're in their midst. Are you attacking one with a vibroblade or with your energy weapon or what?
Are you speaking to me?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. My pistol's out of ammo, so I'm using the vibroblade right now.
Okay. Make your attack.
All right. a reload.
Thanks, man.
No worries.
Right.
11 plus 13.
An 11.
11s.
11s. Let's see. Target's armor class. And that actually hits. So that's
Nice.
25 points. Was this?
Oh yeah, I don't need a roll. That's right. It's 25 net. Yeah.
That would have been
Although
a hell of a
that was a good
roll.
roll.
Yeah.
That's a good roll.
Look at
That
that
would've been
thing,
an
man.
amazing
What's
roll.
the
Look at
chances
that.
of that?
I know you've been on fire tonight. So yeah, was this the heavily damaged one that was facing? Probably.
That's
Yeah,
right.
you finish it off. You land next to it and lop its head off, and so there's a couple left. So Yang, go ahead and take your shot at another one. 17 will hit.
Oh,
Kind of a similar effect. It staggers around for a few minutes and shouts at the top of its voice box, "Norman 23, coordinate!" And then just kind of a few spots on it blacken and then burst open, and it falls down. So there's just the one left. And it just looks at you two and says, "Our numbers know no end. The death of one is insignificant," and lunges at Do Re Mi. What is your armor class, Do?
It is AC2.
AC2. It still hits and does 25 points of damage.
Is my shield for the suit taking any of that?
Yes.
Okay, so it takes 25. So I guess
nice.
It's like contacts your shield, and your shield kind of flickers and dies. But yeah. Okay.
Turd burglar? Try that again.
Okay. All right. Let's go to the next round. This thing is still fighting. It's going down swinging.
It's got a big mouth. I'm gonna shove my vibroblade in it.
All right. Make your attack.
Come on. Oh,
A 6. I don't think a 6 is gonna get it. No. Yang, are you firing down on this thing?
Oh yeah.
Okay. The shot indicator on this is showing that there are 4 shots left.
Yep, 4. Okay.
There are 4 left. So let's roll initiative, and it is your turn.
All right.
Oh dear. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Pivots and attacks you there. And a 17, it hits. That's another 25. Slashes you.
that was Dev.
Which you?
No, that was you there probably.
Me?
Yeah.
All right, so I've got 56 wounds out of 90 hit points. I have 34 left.
Okay. Counterattacks, please.
All right. Barber blade into the nuts.
You don't know if it has those, but
I'm doing it anyway. Just
Okay.
because. Ah!
Oh.
Eat that!
I guess it's got some.
Well, it doesn't anymore.
This model did. So yeah, it actually groans in robotic pain. Take your shot at it, Yang.
Oh.
6. Yeah, fusion rifles are insane. That might have actually still hit. Actually, no, that does not. There's nothing on the chart that for that armor class that'll hit. Okay, new round. It's not giving up. And I'm guessing you guys are all attacking. Let's roll
I'll cut
initiative.
it down.
All right. Yeah, go ahead and make your.
God.
What'd you get?
One.
I didn't- A 1. Oh, okay. All right.
It could be a 7.
Well, roll initiative. I only get a 2. You guys can dogpile this thing.
Nice.
All right.
Good enough.
Commit your attacks, please.
Ah,
That will miss. You have 3 shots left. That will miss. It is attacking you because you actually caused it pain. Why? Why was I programmed to feel pain?
I knew it was going to be a 20. I knew it. I was going to say it.
You like how that feels? Shank. So that's 25.
Right. Is my shield back or is it gone?
Your shield was down, so you take 25 points of damage.
well, the shield is supposed to be per round.
Is it per round?
I believe so.
Per melee turn. It says per melee turn.
Per melee. Okay, all right. So yes, your shield took that damage. It would have. It would have.
I so need this armor, dang it.
Right, and turns in this are rounds. Just for the uninformed.
Hang on a second.
You gonna taunt Jamord about it?
Yeah, I was just wondering because I never, at least in 1E, I never, I never thought if there were a difference between rounds and turns.
Why? Why is this word in the book so many times? Why, Jim? Why? Let's see. Why was I programmed to feel pain? Yeah, I think Jim kind of played fast and loose with, so let's see.
Round and turn's the same in this case.
Time, movement, and turn length. So, all right. Well, it's kind of like how
if it turns 10 minutes, that's a long melee round. You know what I mean? A melee turn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. It's like when he talks about saving throws in the rules. Jim, you don't have a saving throw system in the rules. This requires a saving throw. I went nuts
he just
find the saving throw rules in here. They're not.
Yeah, he just rips your character sheet in half.
Yeah. All right. Combat melee round. Each round of combat melee lasts 10 seconds. That's literally all he says. Turns consist of either route moves, searches. We're going to go with rounds. Not because I want to show any favoritism and say, oh, no, you're fine. But just because it's damn confusing until we can get a final a final conjecture on that. Okay, so it is your time to go, because if I said turn, God knows what that would confusion that would cause.
Good things there's no undead in Gamma World.
That's right. Okay, so numbers, you going to slash at it?
Yes.
Go ahead and do it. A 9, that will actually hit.
Oh, thank God. 25.
Okay. With that, you finish it off.
Nice.
Oh.
All right. It crumples to the ground, and you guys are checking each other over for wounds. Yang,
So
if
am
you
I
want,
dead? Or can they use a medikit on me?
how many hit points did you take?
You didn't actually say.
She was -3.
Oh,
And
yeah.
a couple rounds after.
Yeah, I think I'm pretty sure you're dead. But let's just double check that. Oh, there's another one that's in the book tons and tons of times, which is fine. I mean, you would expect the word death to show up in this game frequently.
I can't even search my PDF and my actual physical copy. Forget flipping through that.
Yeah, I don't think you get the heroic. I'm bleeding out. I'm so badly wounded. At let's see.
Well, since saving throws are so clear, doesn't she get 3 of them?
Yeah, no, 0 or lower is death. I'm sorry. So, yes, you have perished in the unhappiest place on Gamma Earth. That's not to say that before the next 24 hours are out, they couldn't potentially find a life ray and it possibly bring you back. But we'll have to find out next week. You guys are standing there in the lot, and somewhere in the distance, you hear a klaxon.
Man.
So,
good game, guys. Thank you.
we'll find out next Friday. Rex, you now have a fusion rifle.
Yes.
Which it has 4 shots remaining, 4 blasts remaining. And it actually double taps. It doesn't say it uses 2 shots per blast. It says it has 10 per full charge, but it will inflict 2 18 strength radiation pulses with every shot. It basically fires a burst of 2.
So now we got Rex with 3 wives using poison. Man, I don't trust that guy.
Starting a cult.
All right. So I'd like to thank everyone for hanging out with us tonight. And by the way, I forgot to have the banner up there, but if you'd like to support the show on Patreon for as little as $1 a month, or become a YouTube member for as little as $2 a month, you may certainly do that. But please click the like button, click subscribe, click the bell icon for notifications. We'll be back with more Gamma World next week and find out, what of the survivors and what will be left of them in the nastiest place on Earth. Oh, Doom! Thank you. Doomsword's just covering all of the monetization, but I thank you. Now I have to start sending you modules depending on what level membership you're at. So
you got to send me 2 modules, my man.
Yeah, no kidding. But no, seriously, thank you all so very, very much for being here tonight. To both the audience and my players. Not both of my players. Last week it was that way, but yes. So until then, keep your eyes open for mutants, especially for the owl bears. Good night. God bless. I'll see you all on Monday. Peace.
Have you seen my owl bear? Here's to all the weirdos everywhere, in the woods and in the air. Have you seen my owl bear? Should I shave off all my hair? Bobs are all around. Some live in tunnels underground. Some are fat, some are rich, some are sleeping in a ditch. Can you ride a crooked horse without a saddle, way off course? Naked as a toad, all the way to Smoky Joe's. Have you seen the little creep driving fast in his little green Jeep? He smells like fish and brandy. but his rotten teeth look dandy. Take me to the show, I don't care if fast or slow. From action flicks to dancing dicks, just take me